Hello everybody, I'm the Blind Scout and welcome to the channel. So today I wanted to talk to you about something that I think is needed in Space Engineers. I'm going to be doing a little bit of this series on things that I think should be added to Space Engineers. And right at the moment, the thing that I'm thinking of is the fact that there should be hydrogen farms for Space Engineers. And there's a different variety of reasons for this. And I think there's a certain way that I think hydrogen farms should work. And it's a lot like how there's a mod out there that's called Moisture Evaporators, which I love. But it produces ice. But I think there should be a dedicated hydrogen farm block. And I think it should be multiple things. For one thing, I think it should be big. So like I've got, of course, a hydrogen tank here, but right here, which actually is kind of in the way. Let me get rid of that so that we have this. But the reason why I've got this industrial refinery here is because I feel that a hydrogen farm should be a big block. And it should have to be an atmosphere in order to produce hydrogen. And the reason for that is because it kind of produces a kind of functional reason to have to be on a planet. I mean, it's not that there's not reasons why you shouldn't be on planets, but you know, if you have to be on a planet in order to harvest hydrogen from an atmosphere, then I think that kind of adds a new another dynamic of like, well, now you have, if you want to effectively get hydrogen from an atmosphere. And the reason why I'm using this block, well, despite the fact that I do like this industrial assembler, is because I wanted to show the dimensions. I think that a hydrogen farm block should be big. It should be big. It should take a bunch of components, and it should be an investment. And it really should be something that you want to. And really, the whole point in making it big is so that you don't just like spam them on your ships or something. So that you set down on the planet, and then I mean, you could still do it, but it makes it a little bit more difficult. It kind of changes it's a balancing issue on its own, basically, if it takes up a lot of space. So if you have like multiple hydrogen farms that are like this size, then guess what? You're not going to spam those inside of a ship. You're more likely to build a base and make a hydrogen farm facility or a hydrogen refinery facility, basically. And I think that would really increase the effectiveness of using hydrogen, because right now hydrogen is, and I think I'm going to do another video on the problems I think of with hydrogen. It's just you burn through so much of it that it's really not the most practical fuel to use. I love using hydrogen, but it's really not as practical as compared to atmospheric engines and ion engines, or ion thrusters. Excuse me, thrusters and thrusters. And it's kind of annoying that that's the case, because really, ultimately, like if you're making, like for instance, an atmospheric ship, it's more practical to build a battery on that ship and then fly around with the battery, and then you just come back and recharge it, than it is to like put a hydrogen tank on it, or hydrogen tanks on it, and then use a hydrogen motor to zip around. And it seems, for me personally, that seems kind of backwards. And I'm kind of getting into the hydrogen balancing issues I've got, but I do feel that actually having a hydrogen farm block is something that really should be in the game. And again, I do think it should be something that requires atmosphere. You have to pull it from the atmosphere. That way you have to be on a planet. And yeah, you can still get hydrogen from mining ice and stuff. So that would be what you do in space. But inside of an atmosphere, you would make a hydrogen farm block. And then that would, just give another reason to have to build a base on planet. So and then you could have a fuel source. So anyway, I'll get to other aspects of hydrogen in another video. So anyway, that's just my thoughts, first in this series. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.